Today, we're taking a look at the Madeleine McCann case again. I know it has been some time since Madeleine McCann disappeared in Portugal, well, when she was on vacation with her parents. But there has been some new official releases and updates on this actual case. Now, Madeleine McCann disappeared in 2007, and for years people speculated and chastised and went hard in on that it had to be either the mother or the father that did this, or made her disappear, killed her, and probably buried her somewhere. The tabloid TV and networks out there, and yes, even a lot of YouTube channels went hard in on the parents immensely, for not only for leaving their children alone while they went out for dinner, but they also went in on the parents, believing that they were solely responsible for the disappearance of Madeleine McCann. Madeleine was 3 years old when she disappeared. Back in 2020, though, the Portuguese authorities, along with the German authorities, officially named a suspect, or said that they had a suspect. It all depends upon the actual wording and translation from the initial language and what they mean by how they actually word it. But the Portuguese and German, authorities, police departments, and investigators believed that a man by the name of Christian Brucknecker, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing the German last name there. I don't speak German, nor do I read it very well. But they believed that he was responsible for the death and then kidnapping of Madeleine McCann. Now, here we are in 2022. What is new? Well, we know that Christian is currently in prison in Germany. He is serving time for rape, and there he will stay for quite a few more years, if he is eligible for, release at that time. But Christian, has been named an official suspect in the death of Madeleine McCann. It was just the other day that the Portuguese authorities and the High Court officially named Christian as the prime suspect in her death. Now, Madeleine McCann's remains have never been found. And yes, there have been not one, but almost a dozen fake people who have come forward over the years and said that they were Madeleine McCann, and because they matched the kind of like what would be the age enhanced photograph rendering of Madeleine McCann. But this is all adds to the trauma that this family has been through for all these years. Will we ever be able to bring Madeleine home so the family can get some sense of closure in this case? People within the Madeleine McCann's family have died, have gone on, with their lives, and have tried to put the pieces back together. But others still can't let this go. It is every day the first thing they think of and the last thing that they think of before they go to bed at night. Madeleine meant a lot to this family and meant a lot to the community around her. A lot of people and a lot of outpouring of emotions and support for the family was there, along with the same time when the press went in on the family and blamed them directly for what had happened and where she was, believing and even speculating in the newspapers at certain periods of time that Madeleine's parents had killed her and buried her somewhere within the country. Sure, they made a tragic mistake of leaving the children alone that night, but they were all asleep and they weren't that far away. But it still doesn't excuse their obvious oversight in this. And that is something that they had to live with for the rest of their lives. Madeleine's parents had to think about that every day. What if? What if we did this? What if we had done that? Did this person, was it this person? Is there someone that followed us? And then in mid 2020, the German and Portuguese authorities said they were zeroing in on this individual who was in the country, that is confirmed, was there at the resort in that area, and everything else lined up. But so far, they have not been able to come up with enough information, factual information, to charge him with the actual death of Madeleine McCann. But in Madeleine's case, it wasn't the parents. And yet, people are still blaming the parents for what happened. True, they made a mistake, but they didn't kill their daughter. Hey, you've made it to the end of another video. You can go ahead and watch more content here and subscribe here. Thank you.